Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown. Also brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield DD, Buckeye Toyota, Fairhope Hospice, Walker Shoe Center, The Frame Shop, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Parks, Buckeye Lake Marina, and Dagger Law.
Hello friends, and welcome to Lancaster Festival Live. I'm Paul Jasson. Thank you for joining us down here. We are in our big personal touch party tent right by the fountain downtown, caddy corner from the Bob Ford Band that's playing behind us at the noon session. One goes on every day down here at noon. We'll hear from them a little later on in the show. So we appreciate your joining us. Again, we'll be broadcasting live Monday through Friday. We were there yesterday, today, and then we'll be here the rest of the week from noon to about 12:45 with a lot of interesting guests and things that are going on with the Lancaster Festival. Begin today to talk to a young man that's involved in the community here in lots of ways, and we'll talk about that. Kent DeLong. Kent, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. You are sales manager with Buckeye Toyota.
That's correct.
Great to have you here. And normally we speak to Sean Kenny when he's able to be with us, so appreciate your coming in today.
My pleasure.
But one of the things I always mentioned to Sean was I can't remember how many years ago y'all moved out there to Edie Road, but I can remember thinking, what a crazy move this is. I mean, there is nothing out here,
Yep.
And now you're almost at the southern end of everything going on. That turned out to be just a very wise move.
Yeah, so we bought it from the previous owners in 2012.
12. I thought a decade, so
Yep.
that's about right. I mean, but boy, things have grown up around you. Everybody must have wanted to be by you when you moved out there.
Yeah, I guess so.
One thing I noticed too is a lot of people buzz. I hear a lot of talk about your Buckeye Cares program, and in fact, there's one running now with, I think, with Olivedale. You're associated with them, and you make a nice contribution, and you can talk about that. But my friend Larry Wentz is on the board. He must be president of the board because he's speaking. But this is just a tremendous asset to the community, what you folks do.
So what we decided to do at Sean's behest was to take a percentage of our sales, dollar amount from our sales every month, and then we donate that to a local nonprofit. So Olivedale is one of them. Everything from Fairhope Hospice,
Big Brothers,
Big Sisters. We did one for the Lancaster Playhouse.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned Fairfield County Meals on Wheels,
nice.
and a slew of others. Bottoms Up Diaper Drive,
yeah.
and a bunch of stuff like that. So
well, and again, it's so needed in the community. These nonprofits, especially the way things have gone the last couple of years. I'm sure they appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, and in addition, with our partnership with Interface Video, we are able to get them some airtime. So we put about a 30-second commercial together with one of the representatives from, like Larry, from the organization. We get them online to get an online presence, and then also get some a little bit of time on your channel as well as through Spectrum.
One thing I've noticed out there is, in fact, I just think back a year ago when we had Sean on here, kind of light on cars at your lot.
That's
I'm
an
sure it's much better now, but I would imagine it's still an issue.
Yeah, so it's hard to kind of wrap your head around because a lot of dealerships' inventories are non-existent on the new car side on ground. Speaking specifically with Toyota, they haven't really built a lot fewer cars. There have been a lot of supply chain hiccups, and we could talk till dark about all the nonsense we've had to deal with, but the biggest issue in terms of the consumer side of things is that most dealerships have sold out of their ground stock. So our dealership, we normally have about 100 to 120 new car units on ground, but those have all been sold. And so it feels like there's no cars. Production levels haven't really gone down that much. Obviously they've been impacted a little bit, but a lot of what we're doing now is we're taking deposits on cars that are coming.
Wow.
So we are fortunate enough to have a rental department. So what we're doing a lot, especially if a client doesn't know what vehicle they want, come in and drive a couple of rentals, we take a small deposit and then hurry up and wait.
It's and I assume that's the way in kind of dealerships in general, but it sounds like you guys maybe are in better shape than many.
For the most part, yes. We've been in business since 1978. in Lancaster since 1984 with the Honda store, and I don't know what the percentage is, but close to half of our business is probably repeat and referral. My kids think I'm some kind of local celebrity because I can't, like the art walk Friday night, I couldn't take 10 steps without running into somebody I go to church with, went to high school with, or sold a car to.
Nice.
So having that community involvement, it's just our small way of giving back, and it's a really great thing that we're able to partner with the city and all the different nonprofits and do.
My guest is Kent DeLong. He's sales manager with Buckeye Toyota out there. And if there's one other thing other than the great job you do on cars and the rentals now and the way you keep things moving out there, other than your Buckeye Cares thing, I hear more buzz about the job you folks did on that little connector road that it starts with you and ends up down there by where I guess Sears used to be, down at that end by Frisch's. Yeah. You guys have repaved that, and man, you have lit up the city with that.
Yeah, three different car brands and also a road.
Wow.
That's us.
But was that just an idea that nobody's going to do that, so we need to take that on?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, we obviously with legal counsel and getting the other family members involved. We went through a variety of scenarios. Nobody else was really willing to step up and do what was necessary. So having conversations with the family, they just decided to make it happen, and now it's a reality.
Well, it is really what an improvement. I think you did your lot a while back, and it looks good. But
yes.
now the road there, you guys done some paving.
Yeah, we did all the way from Edie Road to, as you said, the intersection right there by National Tire and Battery and Frisch's. So yeah. We own that, plus some property there on the corner as well.
I bet you hear a lot about that.
My neighbors 3 houses down came to me a few weeks ago and just said, hey, thanks. I mean, they're clients of ours as well, but people stopping us on the street, random text messages. We had a gentleman come in yesterday, was over the moon excited that we had done what we did. So yeah, we've had a tremendous community response to that.
And we've got about a minute left, but we've talked about getting in the new cars and things like that, but you also, we could mention your used car dealership and yes. Also the service department still up and running.
Yep.
Body shop.
We don't have a collision center in town. That's at our Hilliard location, but we do have that ability to do so.
Sure.
But yeah, we're open for sales and service. We can work on just about anything that has wheels and a motor.
So all in all, I guess you make lemonade out of lemons.
That's right.
Because it's been a pretty tough year, but you've weathered the storm.
It's been interesting. I've been with the company since 2006, and we've been through some goofy stuff, but it usually only lasted, maybe 3 or 4 months, and we're going on 3 years with this. But
kind of see coming out on the other side now a little bit?
Yeah, probably. Realistically, another 18 to 24 months in terms of the inventory stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're making it happen.
Kent DeLong's been our guest. He's a sales manager at Buckeye Toyota. Kent, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, and thanks for all you do, and give our best to Sean and all that Buckeye Toyota does for the community. It's really appreciated.
All right, thank you.
The festival started last Thursday night, big time up there at St. Mary's. That's where it kicked off, and we're going to hear a tune from that selection up there at the concert at St. Mary's on Thursday night. big thank to Buckeye Lake Marina for bringing us that highlight up at St. Mary's, the opening of the 2022 festival. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. You can learn more at buckeyelakemarina.com. We are with Lancaster Festival Live. We're downtown, and we've shifted a little bit. We've got off the stools and stood up a little bit. One of the big groups will be here tomorrow, right across the street behind us, is the Lancaster Percussion Ensemble. And that is the Mac Daddy of all the events that occur at noon down here. It's the Lancaster Percussion Ensemble. And I've got a couple girls with us. Immediately to my left is Cora Dunn and then Rachel Culver. Girls, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
What grade are you in school?
We've just graduated from high school.
Is that right? And they still allow you to come over here and do this? One
Yeah.
last event? What do you play? What instruments in the percussion?
Primarily, I play the marimba.
Okay.
And I play piano.
Now, when you started in percussion years ago, was it just snare drums? That's what everybody starts out on? Was that what you did? Well, you maybe piano, huh?
Yeah, I was never truly a percussionist, but I just focused on piano.
And you?
We would switch between the bells and a pad, so we would always get two.
And I think every year with your big concert you have out at Lancaster High School, when I think about the music that percussion plays, anywhere from Santana to Michael Jackson to Ozzy Osbourne, I mean, you play songs that I can't imagine even go with percussion, but it's just phenomenal what you do. I mean, it's got to be exciting, especially with that annual concert you do.
Oh yeah, I always look forward to the concert. It's one of my favorite parts of the year. We always look forward to it.
Yeah,
And
most definitely.
They always have a lot of nice piano solos. Sometimes you get guest drummers that come in with that. It's pretty exciting. Have you learned a lot being in the percussion unit about music in general? I mean, will you go on in music, or is this pretty much where it ends for you?
This is where it ends for me, but I still have learned so much about music theory and just developing my skills as a
And
musician.
you've always played piano, so you probably always do that. For you?
I'm continuing on in my music career.
Nice.
I'm attending Miami University in the fall, and I will continue in their marching band, playing on their sideline, and I'll continue in the percussion ensemble as well.
So, what is it? What's Miami is?
The Red Hawks.
Red Hawks. I was going to say Redskins. I knew that, but I don't want to culturally appropriate anything. Okay. I think we've got Jordan Gardner in it with us now. Jordan, welcome.
Hi.
Are you a graduated senior also?
Yes, I am.
So this is all your class right here. You're all part of the big group.
Yep.
And what do you play primarily with the percussion?
I mostly play vibes. I play
Vibes.
that for pretty much the whole show.
Now, what can we look forward to tomorrow when you do? What will be the finale for you folks here? What can we look for tomorrow?
I think just in general, there's going to be a lot of great music and a lot of energy from us tomorrow. We're playing some pretty upbeat stuff tomorrow, so I hope people enjoy it.
What is any one thing there tomorrow excite you more than others? You have any solos you get to play anywhere?
I'm playing my xylophone solo called Xylophonia, so I'm really excited about that.
That's right. Okay.
I have a couple of piano solos that I'm pretty excited for.
Okay. Now, and you're in the regular band also, right? Are you in like the marching band and then the concert band also, all three of you?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Will you miss any of that when you go to? Well, you won't. You'll
No.
get to be on with that. But
Yeah.
you guys pretty much the high school career and all that going on. Will you pursue any kind of music after high school?
I'm going to Bowling Green, and I am doing their university band. So that's like their club version of a band that you don't really have to try out for. So I'll pretty much just get to go in and play and have fun still. So.
Has the 4 years gone by pretty quickly here, assuming you started as a ninth grader on this, has it gone by amazingly fast?
Extremely.
You wish it was continuing, I bet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
high school has brought so many good memories.
Well, I tell you, the percussion, I think so many colleges would be just enamored to do what you folks do here. I mean, it's amazing. When I heard the first concert years ago, and I think now they said this is like 45 years of the percussion ensemble really being involved. I thought, and I was a band geek also. When I was in band, I was there too. But for me, it was just snare drums, bass drums, timpani, things like that. When I saw what you guys do, I was wowed by it. I mean, it's amazing what Mr. Gherkin has put together for you folks out there. I would imagine, like you say, it's been a tremendous learning experience of what percussion is really about.
Yes, I think that it definitely, working with Mr. Gherkin and being a part of the percussion ensemble, has expanded my views of what music can be and the abilities that you can have.
Now, is this the last official duty as graduated seniors now, or do you have anything after this? Do you have any parades you'll still be in?
No, this is it.
This is
for
it.
us, yeah.
Kind of a sad moment? Mixed emotions?
Yeah, kind of. It's exciting that it's over because it's been, unlike Cora, I feel like it's been a very long time for high school. So it's exciting that it's over, but it is a little sad. So.
Yeah. Has band kind of been really the thread that's been so important to you through your high school years?
Yeah, because besides like actually going to school, it's taken up my weeks and because I'm there from 3 to 5 every day during the winter, and then during the summer it's even more because of marching band. So
now, what's been a typical week? Now, since I guess marching band's over, you've probably dedicated your time toward this percussion moment here. What's a typical week look like in terms of practice for you folks?
It kind of gained escalation throughout the season, but at the beginning, probably 3 days a week, 2 hours, and then by the end of it, it's every day, 2 hours at least.
After school, 2 hours?
Yep, and on the weekends.
at least 2 hours.
At least.
Yeah.
2 hours is the floor?
Yeah, like pre-concert, Mr. Gherkin would give us a schedule, and on the schedule it would say like 6 o'clock until question mark.
Question mark?
Yeah, so it's at his discretion at that point. So.
And my guess is you wouldn't make any plans after question mark.
No.
That'd be it. It's been a lot of work. I'm sure you do other curricular activities too, or once you're in this, does this pretty much take up most of your time?
It definitely takes up most of my time, but I have been able to be a part of other clubs like Latin Club and to volunteer through the community, through the Decorative Arts Center, and also have part-time jobs.
Is that you?
Yeah, the job was a big part of it, and then mostly I did just focus on music and marching band, and I was also in jazz band.
I pretty much only focused on band, but I was also the president of Latin Club, and I did a few other things too, but those weren't as much of a time commitment. So
now, when you I assume you got in this about the 9th grade. Is that when everybody got involved in this? So was it just joining the band, and then was it a separate thing to get involved in the percussion?
yes, it has its own tryout. So you start band in 5th grade, and then once you get to high school, you try out for percussion ensemble.
So it's, I would guess all of you would say this has been a tremendously rewarding 4 years as you look back and say, wow, I can't believe it's over.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I remember, is that it seemed like when you're in it, you'll never get out of it. I mean, this will never end. I mean, practice every night, and now it's over, and it's like free time.
Yeah.
College will seem like a piece of cake to all of you, the way you've all worked here. That's been amazing. So exciting futures here for all of you. I mean, that's great. How many people were in the percussion unit this year?
I think 18, 17.
Yeah.
Is that average? Probably about average?
Yeah.
Some graduate. How many will they lose as seniors this year?
5.
5. So you 3, 2 more, and then they probably have freshmen moving into that.
Yep.
Yeah. Has this been the most rewarding year for each of you, being a senior? I mean, if you enjoyed this, knowing this is their swan song?
Yeah, and we also got to go to South Carolina to play for the Piccolo Spoleto Festival, so that was just such a good experience, and we were able to kind of show our musicality down there as well.
And that was kind of the genesis for this whole thing here, the Spoleto Festival down there. I'm sure they explained that all to you. You knew that. Was that a great road trip?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations on, the percussion ensemble. We're so excited for tomorrow to hear you all and for what you've done for 4 years. It's just been such an asset to the community. I want to thank Cora Dunn, Rachel Culver, and Jordan Garner for being with us today. You guys just have really been impressive as young people, and I love the shirts too. Very cool. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoyed having them with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Larry Wentz of Olivedale Senior Citizens of Fairfield County. Our mission is to provide a friendly atmosphere for local senior citizens. We offer educational and recreational opportunities, promoting wellness and social activities for seniors in our local community. To achieve this mission, we count on local support like Buckeye Toyota's Buckeye Cares program. This month, Buckeye Toyota will make a generous donation with each car sold. Thank you, Buckeye Toyota.
When I volunteer, when I come over here, the first thing I think about is my dad. But then also think about all the people that helped us when we were here.
Something brings me here, and I feel that it's my dad's spirit. He wants us here. He wants us to give back because of what I did for him. And I think that's helped me with a lot of my grief.
Of the support of the people here and the volunteers. That makes it a great place.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Lancaster Festival Live. Paul Jasson with you. We're downtown, right by the fountain. Every day this week. We'll be here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday yet to come, and we hope you'll join us, and we'll be telling you where you can see us if you are not going to be home or wherever you are today listening to us. There are other platforms that you can pick us up. We originally were going to have Kimber Cato, who handles a lot of the PR for the Fairfield County Parks District. Kimberly was sick today, so she wasn't able to make it. So we're fortunate we're going to be able to show you a nice video that Interphase has done recently about Smeck Park up in Baltimore. So we're going to look forward to seeing that. This is all about Smeck Park near Baltimore.
Smeck Park, located near the west edge of Baltimore, Ohio in Liberty Township, is a 45-acre park consisting of mature, mixed hardwoods, deep ravines, meadows, a Civilian Conservation Corps pine plantation, and fields. A gift to the people of Fairfield County by the late Harold Smeck, the park provides a prime example of the power of the last great glacier, which began its retreat from what would become Ohio more than 14,000 years ago. Pawpaw Trail begins to the right of the Cruitt House, the 1829 log-framed house that was moved to and restored at Smeck Park. Near it is a Stover windmill, almost 60 feet high with a 750-gallon water tank. Every year, members of Fairfield County Antique Tractor Club plant sunflowers, maize, potatoes, and other crops. In the fall, they bring in the crops during our annual harvest celebration. The old tractor and threshing machine fascinate young and old alike. Follow the trail past Fetterhood Barn. It is a replica of the 1841 barn that used to be on State Route 37 just north of town. In it is a display of pre-1950 farm equipment. The picnic shelter is fashioned after rock mill covered bridge. It can be reserved for private events or, when not reserved, is available on a first-come basis. In late summer, yellow and spotted jewelweed, white snake root, evergreen Christmas ferns, and the red berries of spice bush are seen along the trail. Notice the very large leaves of the pawpaw tree. It is the official state native fruit of Ohio. The pawpaw is the largest edible fruit that is native to North America. It provides food for wildlife and is a host to zebra swallowtail butterflies. Downed trees are left so they may provide habitat for woodland creatures. The large white oak tree at the top of the hill is probably the oldest tree on the property. When land was cleared, it may have been left to provide shade for people and animals who worked the farmland. There are about 70 steps that take you down the ravine to Walnut Creek. In the springtime, you will see beautiful ephemeral wildflowers, including yellow trout lily, Dutchman's breeches, violets, and cutleaf toothwort. At the bottom of the steps is an interesting hollow beech tree. Along the trail next to the creek are great blue lobelia. The cup plant holds dew, providing a water source for small birds and insects. A very large patch of wild ginger covers this area. CCC planted pines are seen when nearing the meadow. They were planted as erosion control and for reforestation. The sunlit meadow provides other foods for wildlife. Even animals that live in the forest come to meadows to hunt or gather food. The Paw Paw and Walnut Creek trails combine to make a 2-mile loop. Come, get out to explore and discover. Visit fairfieldcountyparks.org.
Smeck Park, that's the upcoming home of the Harvest Celebration. That'll be later this summer, September 24th and 25th up there. And you can watch as, if you go to that Harvest Celebration, they'll have Doug Shaw and members of the Fairfield County Antique Tractor Club. They'll be bringing in some crops, so you'll be using some early farm machinery to do this. All this is up at the Harvest Celebration at Smeck Park. And you can share in some of the work, and you'll be able to dig potatoes out of the ground. You can shuck some maize and take home some of the fresh goodies. So all of that is September 24th and 25th up at Smeck Park. There'll be activities for all ages, demonstrations, displays, vendors, music, and food concessions. That's the Harvest Celebration at Smeck Park near Baltimore, September 24th and 25th. It'd just be a great opportunity for the whole family to come up here and do that. And I was mentioning earlier about Smeck Park, but about the Fairfield County Park District. That started many, many years ago, and their job really has been to help young people get educated, make areas beautiful, produce a lot of nice stuff on there to for the public to see. And they'll just be having a great time doing it. They've got 1,100 acres in the Fairfield County Park District, so a lot to cover. Where it's unfortunate Kimber couldn't be on today because she would do such a bang-up job of explaining that. But we want to tell you how great they are. The Fairfield County Parks District, 1,100 acres all over. They have a great website. You can look it up. Just put in your search engine that Fairfield County Parks District and you'll get to it. They have a great website, very interactive, lots of things to look at, like the Harvest Celebration, September 24th and 25th up there near Smeck Park. It was a great night last night at Ohio University Lancaster as the festival rolls on. We heard Deb Connell tell us yesterday about that, about the Byron Stripling concert. That was out there. Their friends put that on and had a great show. Let's listen into that.
We thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities is proud to support the Lancaster Festival. There are many different events and programs the Lancaster Festival offers for all to enjoy. The festival brings together many generations and provides ample opportunities for our vibrant community to connect and make lasting memories. Be sure to stop by Fairfield DD's Social Purpose Enterprise, Art and Clay on Main, and Square 7 Coffee House to cool off and enjoy a handcrafted beverage. See you at the festival.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
The Frame Shop in Lancaster has been family-owned and operated since 1975, offering a lifetime guarantee on materials and workmanship. All framing is done in our workshop with the utmost attention to detail. You'll have a one-of-a-kind product custom-made just for you. We can frame many types of items. We also offer frame and photo restoration and repair along with ready-made frames. The Frame Shop, where your business and loyalty are very important to us.
Welcome back to Lancaster Festival Live. Paul Jasson with you, and we've been enjoying in the background hearing the Bob Ford group here. We'll get to see them a little bit perform. But right now it's a real pleasure. We had Deb Connell on with us yesterday, and it's a pleasure to have on with us today to keep that spirit going of the wonderful Lancaster Festival maestro, Gary Sheldon. And Gary, this is your week, buddy. It's all about the Lancaster Festival.
Oh boy, it is. And my 35th summer here, I can't believe it, and then again I can. I just love the people in Lancaster and Fairfield County, and once again everybody's come together to make this a great festival, and it will be all the way through.
I know out there at the concert with Rick Springfield last Saturday night, they actually honored you and the orchestra, 35 years with the Lancaster Festival Orchestra. What a tremendous accomplishment.
It's a great accomplishment, and I thank the whole community for their support and really spurring us on to maintain one of the finest festival orchestras in the country. And folks, if you haven't had a chance yet to hear our orchestra play, come on out on a Saturday night and see Billy Carrington perform his first orchestra show. He's never worked with orchestra before. And as well, we have our family concert on Thursday at the Tree Church. Disney clips, some of the famous Disney films, including The Lion King, our festival orchestra will be performing for. So still some great opportunities to enjoy our world-class symphony orchestra here.
Will you bring up that nice segue into the Billy Carrington event? Again, on the fly, things happen. We understand that with Lady A had to get out, but they got him in, and I've heard so many positive talks about him, and people just saying this is somebody that we would have scheduled anyway. This is our kind of person here.
Billy Carrington's a huge star in the country world. And for those who haven't heard them, you're going to hear a great voice, fine music, and someone who really entertains the crowd. And we love someone who's a good schmoozer, someone who engages the audience, much like Rick Springfield did.
Sure.
So he's excited about it too. Look, 2 weeks ago we both hardly knew each other, and suddenly we're working hard to make it a great show, and it's going to be.
And you talked a little bit about that, this being perhaps his first time with a live orchestra. What challenges does that present to you as the orchestra leader?
You know, I enjoy writing charts, writing the orchestra arrangements for a lot of these musicians that come in. And being Billy's first time, he didn't have orchestra charts. So I'm writing 4 for him, including some of his great hits like Do I Make You Wanna and Must Be Doing Something Right. They're going to sound beautiful with the strings and brass of our orchestra. And I'm working closely with his music director, Jamie Rogan, who's also their drummer, to talk about the arrangements. There'll be some surprises and musically, and I think Billy's going to be inspired to have a full symphony orchestra behind him. That's usually the case.
Well, for me, it's always all about the orchestra and going out there. It was almost secondary who's been there each and every year. That's okay with me, but I'm out there to hear you and the orchestra play each and every year. And I've often told Deb I would be okay with just 2 hours of you folks out there playing music, because that is just the best when you guys perform.
Well, I love hearing that, and our orchestra loves to perform as much as possible. But I also appreciate that there are so many tastes out there. We have people that live and die for country. I'm with you folks. And we have classic rockers. That's one of my favorite. And I love jazz, particularly myself, R&B, so and classic jazz. So, you know, music is a universal language. There's something for everyone when it comes to music. And but I'm so glad that you like the orchestra. And since you mentioned that, I'd like to speak about the first half of the program
I was going to ask you what
before
that
Billy
entails.
Currington comes out.
Yeah.
We're going to take the opportunity to play some highlights from all 35 summers that I've been here conducting the orchestra. We have the first piece of music that the orchestra ever played, 1988, an overture by Glinka called Ruslan and Ludmilla. It's an opera, exciting music, and I wanted to pick something that was like musical fireworks right out of the gate, and so we'll play that overture that we played some 35 years ago. We've also done some Led Zeppelin and Aha, Take On Me. We're going to play some of those pieces. The water music performed right here at the fountain, about 30, the fountain I think was 1990 when it was inaugurated.
Yes.
Redone. Is that the right year? So what would that be? 32 years. And we played the water music of Handel. Now, the King of England was there for the premiere. I don't think we had any royalty here, but the mayor came out. I know Lisa Dill did a lot to spearhead.
She was the one that kind of founded this.
She kind of founded it. And we had our first community orchestra. And I wanted to pick a piece of music that I'll say older veterans could play sitting alongside young students. And that's what we do at our community orchestra every summer now since then. But the water music will be on the program Saturday night, and Bolero by Ravel.
Oh, nice.
And anybody who's seen the movie 10, starring Dudley Moore will remember Bolero. It's a chance to show off a lot of the musicians of the orchestra, the soloists, or principal players we call them. The principal percussion, the principal flute, a sax player. All the players of the orchestra get to shine in Bolero, and I thought it was the perfect piece for our 35th musical birthday party.
Well, it just sounds like a wonderful way to start out for Billy Currington. And now as that was forward, we still got that to look forward to. As we look back, your Thursday night up at St. Mary's, was it great to be back there and have such a wonderful opening night this year?
It was, and I'm so happy that the image Chris Santer drew some 30-plus years ago is on our poster. That's me conducting at St. Mary Church. It was a smaller jacket size at that time. You might not recognize me. But St. Mary Church is one of our 2 first venues, of course, along with Ohio University. And we're so grateful to both OU and St. Mary Church for hosting us all these years. And I think in great part due to their loyalty and their support of the festival, that other venues, I could mention so many, the Tree Church this year, First United Methodist Church, Stanbury School in years past, and of course downtown here, all over town. people have gotten involved presenting the festival, and I just love the fact that so many in the community have found some way to give or volunteer to the Lancaster Festival, because that's what makes us strong and better.
Well, I just think that's an example of how the community has embraced the festival from day one, and these many years later is still great. Did I hear, will there be some strings with Elton Ron tomorrow night? Are there some festival people out there with him?
Yeah, that's a festival first. Elton Ron, who performs all the Elton John songs, and I'm saying about 20 plus songs. You're going to hear all your favorites. But first time that we're going to have the strings of our Lancaster Festival Orchestra backing up an artist at the tribute band night. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I think it's great.
And he's very excited about it. Ron Camilleri, who plays Elton John, and working hard with his music director to get that all prepared. So if you've been at tribute band before that evening, you're going to see yet something new from us.
Are you able to take in almost every event as you make your way? I know Deb loses a lot of sleep over this. I suspect as many events as I see you, there's not a lot of sleeping going on. You attend most events, I'm sure.
It seems like the last 2 weeks of July, the word sleep is out of my vocabulary. But as I always say, I'm here for a reason, not the season. I love to attend as many events as I can, of course, to make sure that things are going smoothly, help out in any way I can.
Sure.
But I also love to see the attendance and the smiles on people's faces, kids, adults, and the festival brings joy and inspiration to so many.
Well, we appreciate your spending a few minutes with us. It's just a wonderful thing that the community has gotten involved in for 35 plus years with the orchestra, 37 or 38 years altogether. It's amazing how this has grown and gotten to really taken the community by storm. Everybody in the community it's all a buzz when it starts here, and it's all about the Lancaster Festival, and rightfully so. Thanks for what you and Deb and her staff and all the wonderful volunteers we have make this possible.
I appreciate it. Many thanks, and hope to see you all out at the Lancaster Festival.
We will. We'll see you out there Saturday night. Looking for the greatest hits of the Lancaster Festival Orchestra.
You'll hear them.
Maestro Gary Sheldon. We'll be back after we hear a little bit from Bob Ford, who's playing behind us on the stage right now. We'll hear a little bit of the Bob Ford and Friends Band.
I feel glad when you feel good. We're riding up my neighborhood, singing ho gee gee hi gee how'd you do, singing ho gee gee hi gee how'd you do, singing ho gee gee hi gee how'd you do, gee do gee di gee how'd you do, 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 singing ho gee gee hi gee how'd you do, gee do gee di gee how'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do.
That clip of Bob Ford and Friends was brought to you by the Fairfield County Parks District. They invite you to bring family and friends to Smeck Park, a great place for picnics and enjoying the outdoors. You can observe wildlife and experience the serenity of Wakena Natural Preserve. Walk through the forest and meadows on the trails at Manberg Park. Find these and more locations at the FairfieldCountyParks.com. Let's take a look at the calendar coming up later today and into the future for the Lancaster Festival. This is all brought to you by the good folks at Walker Shoe Center, a true sit-down, get your feet measured shoe store at 737 East Main Street in Lancaster. Later this afternoon, we've got the Festival String Quartet performing at Olivedale Senior Center. That's out on Boving Road. It starts in just a few minutes at 1 o'clock. This evening at 5:30, there's a happy hour concert down at the Ale House, 1890. And then tonight, the Chamber Music Theater. That's Beethoven, Torment, and Triumph. It's a play with a concert written by Judith Stillman. Starts at 7:30, and then Gary mentioned that out at the Tree Church on Memorial Drive. And then tomorrow we've got Major Arts for Minors. That's Holly's Harps at the Decorative Arts Center. That starts at 10 o'clock. And then at 10:30, you can learn about African culture and see a drumming demo at Fairfield County District Library. And then finally at noon tomorrow, we mentioned earlier, very popular Lancaster High School Percussion Ensemble with the young people we saw, and Bruce Gherkin and the group. They'll be there at Zane Square just behind us. But get here early because there'll be a crowd if you want a good seat. So again, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us here today, especially thanks to all our guests, including Maestro Gary Sheldon. It's a busy time for him, so we appreciate him taking a few moments to be with us. He's just a great emissary for the Lancaster Festival. It's so much fun to talk to him. And you can watch all our programs as we'll be broadcasting again tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, starting at 12 o'clock right here with Lancaster Festival Live. You can see the program live and then on replay right here on Spectrum Channel 1021, on the CLN, your Hometown Connection YouTube channel, or by going to Interface Video Facebook page and click on the live link. So for everybody at Interface, I'm Paul Jasson. Hope you can join us tomorrow at noon for Lancaster Festival Live. Have a great day.
Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown. Also brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield DD, Buckeye Toyota, Fairhope Hospice, Walker Shoe Center, The Frame Shop, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Parks, Buckeye Lake Marina, and Dagger Law.